Hey guys, Samuel7 here, review of Cicero Pass by Armada223. This is one of his, I think this might have been one of his first tracks that he forged. I mean, he forged a few before this, but one of his first, like, real, complete, well done, like, forged tracks. I think he would consider this, like, his first official, like, forged track. Well, after Recognition got hit with the cheese, that is. But anyways, Cicero Pass, I hit the wall right there because he added, by the last time I raced on here, there weren't the weather effects. So he added this snow, and man, the snow, it really, it adds a whole new level of cheese to this track. Like, it may not look like much just watching the video here for you guys, but it is ridiculous how much of a difference it makes. It just changes the way you have to pay attention to the screen, and it's hard to explain. It makes it a lot different, is what I'm getting at. Anyways, let's get to the three categories. Aesthetics, this track, I think this track kind of does what he did with, I mean, it's kind of hard not to do it in Glacier, but it kind of did what he did with Magna Tempest, where he kind of combines the natural terrain a little bit with what he actually adds. So good on him for that, and I think the aesthetics in this track look very solid, and I love the whole winter feel. I like that he added the snow, and the track just looks very good. Now the flow, this track it's one of Armada's better flowing tracks. It doesn't have that many braking points, it has a few, but it has a lot of really fast corners, like faster than Magna Tempest. Like, you were on the gas majority of this track, and it's like fast on the gas. I love that corner right there, especially the way you like fly out to the wall there, and then you come to the hairpin and finish the track. That's probably my favorite section, is in that one corner where you fly out to the wall all the way to like the finish line. That's probably my favorite section. And then the first like downhill is really fun too. But the flow is one of the better parts of this track. This track flows just very well together because it's mostly fast corners, and when it has parts where you have to let off, it's not like out of the blue or random. It makes sense, like where you have to let off to actually progress in the race. And I like it. I like the way the track's designed, and it kind of gets like a Forza feel out of me. I don't know why, it just kind of gets a Forza feel out of me. And then we go to the raceability, and this track is very raceable, although I will say that it is very hard to battle on this track. And I'm not saying it's hard to battle, but the race that we did do on this track, the skill gap's very, I don't know why, but on this track, maybe it's just easy to block, but the skill gap was very tied up on this track. Like, we were just single wide the majority of the race. It was very hard to get by people, to get runs on people, and especially hard to make passes. And although one good thing about it is that the pack stayed together. Like, it was single wide, but nobody like gained, nobody lost. Like, we all stayed very close. So it was like just a game of waiting for a mistake. So it was very intense. It was one of the most intense races because it was just everybody waiting for somebody to mess up. So it made it really different and unique in that regard. Overall, this is Armada's one of his first like real attempts at making a solid track, and I think he did amazing. I'm gonna give him a 9.1 out of 10 on this track. This track would be his best track if it was like easier to battle on it, or if there was more battling on it. Like, if it was easier to make battles happen on this track and it wasn't as single wide, I think this would easily be his best track over Magna Tempest. I really do. I think this track has the potential to have better flow than Magna Tempest, and I think the aesthetic rivals Magna Tempest. The only thing that makes Magna Tempest better is that on Magna Tempest, it's a little bit better for battles than this track. This track, it's a little bit more single wide. But overall, though, very solid track, especially for one of his first ones. And I hope you guys enjoyed this review, and I'll see you guys next time.